So I've done it. I've got my hands on the Cobra Dark Speed Max and the Cleveland Launcher XL2. Now both these drivers I've tested individually, but this is the test we've all been waiting for. And I'm going to be putting them to the test in a head-to-head battle, looking at some very key factors. Ball speed, carry, and dispersion. Because if you're looking at the, I guess, forgiving category, that has to be very high on that priority list. Now, we do know that these two brands right here are in the more cheaper end of the driver market. I would say less so this year, to be honest, on the Cobra. It's $49 this year, which did surprise me. They're definitely being like sort of £100-ish cheaper. That gap's definitely narrowing. But the Cleveland is significantly cheaper at $329. And look at it. Now I'm excited about this test because I actually love both of these drivers, and I think this is a little bit underrated. Now what's really interesting is these head shapes. The Cleveland on the left, the Cobra on the right. Can you see how they're both sort of, I describe them like as like someone stood on the top of them, and they're both very elongated towards the back. And down at the ball, you can see again, both so similar in the sense of that elongated back. Now, there are some subtle differences. We've got the Cobra, which is obviously a matte finish, so a little bit more stealth-like looking down on it, whereas the Cleveland is a little bit more, I guess, traditional, isn't it? You've got the shiny chrome, you've got the sort of more shiny face, but both very, very similar. And the other thing that I've noticed, the Cleveland has a slightly deeper face just here compared to the Cobra. So go on, at first glance, if you're doing it based on looks, is there anyone that you like the look of? Now I know you're probably all going to say Cobra because it's a bit more of a trendier brand, isn't it? But don't forget, right, this is over near enough £100 less. So it still performs, or if it outperforms, surely that wins the battle. Because this is what Cobra used to do, didn't they? They used to be that cheaper, I'm not saying it's cheap, but that cheaper club that really does perform. Now that gap's narrowing with them to the likes of TaylorMade and Callaway, is it time for a new driver, this one right here in this forgiving category, to take that crown? We're going to do this in a head-to-head battle. We're going to start off by hitting 2 away with the Cleveland to start, then 2 away with the Cobra, and then head-to-head all the way in. I have lofted this Cleveland down to 9 degrees right now. So they're both set on 9 degrees, just to make sure this test is super, super fair. Now, sound-wise, will they be similar? Will they be different? This is what I'm really intrigued at. Sound, numbers, dispersion. Let's go. And we are going to take this test a stage further. We're going to go down the fairway and show you exactly where all these golf balls are finished, because we're going to hit white golf balls with the Cleveland Launcher, and we're going to hit coloured golf balls with the Cobra driver. Yeah, I'm excited to see where these land. I'm a bit worried though, because there is water down this left-hand side. I hope some of them don't end up there. Now the ideal line, if you can see the White House there, I'll move out the way, it's just right there, near that bunker. That's the ideal line. Okay, so first ball away, 2 away with the Cleveland to start. Oh, I remember this sound. That is such a good shot. But it's like 3 fairways away, you're gonna hear it. God, that was a good flight. I actually tested this driver originally a little bit more on the 10.5 setting, but putting that down to that 9 degrees right there, I actually really love that flight. But the numbers are interesting actually. Look at this, I had a 260 yard total, but this is really quite interesting. I'm gonna scan through these numbers. We had a 161 ball speed, good, high. 112 clubhead speed, good, high. But look at that spin, through the roof. Maybe just the way I hit that, but didn't feel like I got like that. And carry was really quite short there, 226. That is not the start I was thinking this Cleveland driver was going to have. It needs, I'll tell you what it needs, either it's the conditions today, we are a little into the wind, these numbers are not normalized. Yeah, okay, but this is everything. We're taking into account everything, ball speed, club head speed, total carry, and where these balls finish. Okay, ball number 2 with the Cleveland. One near there would be ideal, Alex. Oh, that spun off to the right. Oh, that had some serious movement. That's near that tree. Maybe a little heel, but that felt all right. Again, numbers very, very similar. Ooh, that was seriously interesting, that. Not something I was expecting. First drive felt like it was great, went a lot shorter than I thought. The second drives ended up near that tree on the right-hand side, so dispersion-wise, that's a little wider again. Now, like I say, I first tested this driver with more loft, but just to make sure these drivers are the same loft, like, I've got to just make it as fair as possible, right? Both on 9 degrees, not 1 and 10. Just really trying to, yeah, make this a fair test. Okay, now time for 2 with the Cobra. Like I said, I'm going to hit the coloured golf balls now away with this Cobra driver. See, look, these drivers are so similar in head shape. That's like someone's just gone like that, isn't it? And like gone, douche, and stood on it. Right, here we go. First one away with the Cobra. You know what, that Cleveland, maybe it's today, maybe it's me, but this will certainly put it in perspective. Different sound, isn't it? More inviting sound. I'm going to say a lot more of a higher launch on that, but very, very similar numbers. I think I've just lost yards overnight. Oh. I've got there a 225 yard carry, 3,625 revs per minute spin, a 111.9 club speed, a 159.4 ball speed, and just to give you perspective, a 260 yard total. Very, very similar. Now, I'll reiterate this, these are just both stock, standard shafts. I'm not upgrading anything because that would really change the price point. It wouldn't be in that cheaper category then. Also, I haven't normalised these numbers. I'm just trying to give myself a bit of a pat on the back saying, come on Alex, you can do this. Okay, let's hit another one away with the Cobra. Oh, I can't hit a driver better than that. That was hit really, really good. And they're going to be really close together, you know, those two. Down that left wing, maybe in the semi-rough, but really nice hit. Really nice hit. That was so centered. Look at this. Look at this. I've never seen this before. This is the T-peg. Whoosh. Straight out the middle. This is neck and neck, isn't it? 2 drives away with each, 4 in total. Things I'm picking up on, the Cobra definitely launched a little higher. The Cleveland launched a little lower. But again, these are both the same lofts. Okay, 2 away again with each of these drivers to get some more numbers. Like we said at the start of this video, we're going to hit 5 away with each. Oh, that was so good. I love that flight. A little necky, you know, a little necky, but that's middle of the fairway again. Oh, bit of a spoon up in the air, that one. Still though, it's going to be a lot shorter. Oh, it's gone left. That's a lost ball. That's a lost ball. So we've now hit 4 drives with each. I'm starting to get a really good impression and remind myself of what I like and what I dislike about both of these drivers. Now, one thing I would say is these numbers aren't covering me in glory today, but you know what? That happens. But looking at these numbers closely, it is neck and neck. So let me go through a few things that I like and dislike before we get the final drive away, which will really settle the averages and, I'll be honest, settle this debate. Let's start off with the Cobra. Now, the 4 drives that I've hit, you can see on the screen here, they launch a lot higher. That I liked because I didn't feel like it was spinning too much, but saying that, the data did say it was. Now, I actually like the sound of this driver much more and the look of the matte finish on top. Looking at the Cleveland driver here, you can see it's not got that matte look, as we've said. It's a bit more of that brushed finish look, but I do enjoy the look of this back edge a little more. Things that I don't like is the sound, right? The sound is quite high pitched and you can definitely hear this from one fairway to the next. People will know you have it. Now, if it performs better, I'll be honest, that's not going to be the be all and end all for me, but it has to perform better. Other things that I noticed with the Cleveland was, I know I lofted this down, but they are the same loft at 9 degrees, but like it was launching, like just putting these golf clubs up for an example, Cobra was up here, Cleveland's like here. I think maybe, I'm going to try and launch this last one a little more, just to sort of see what that one goes like. And then we'll go down the fairway, have a look at the dispersion and dive into all, and I say all, all of these numbers. It's the final drive away with them each, and you can definitely feel that bit of wind into the left. My nightmare wind, I'll be honest with you. Okay, if I try and launch this one a little more, let's see what happens. Whoa, I got that one. I really got that one. I'm gonna say it's one of the best. Maybe creeping off the side of the fairway. Whoa. Have a look at these numbers. Now, it's actually not more clubhead speed. 160.2 ball speed, 107.9 club speed, 266 total. I'm dying to see what the carry's like here. 232 carry, and that spin's come way down there. Maybe it was just a little toe side of centre, which, if we're being perfectly honest, anytime you hit something slightly toe side, that will knock the spin down a little. Okay, let's hit this final wall. This is the coloured golf ball with the Cobra Dark Speed Max Driver, and we'll get in the buggy. Have a look where these have all finished. Oh, that's launched so high that time. That's going to really impact the numbers. It's straight, we're fine the fairway. That's going to really impact the numbers. So this is really quite interesting. I've just come down the fairway here to see where these golf balls are finished. I can see two coloured ones here, coloured one further up, some white ones here and a white one there. Looking at where these have finished and see if the data supports this, because obviously I'm looking at carry, not total finishing distance, like if this all matches. Now, just to put it in perspective, we teed off from just around here. You can see that sort of bench, and we were just in here, so this is what I mean, right? We had this rubbish to contend with. So there's that tree here, and this is where I hit one of the Cleveland drivers that went a little bit right. We've got two of the Cobra drivers right here in front of me that I didn't hit very well at all. Here being the green and there being the red. Now, if I zoom into this corner over here, you can see a real cluster of white golf balls. So looking at where these balls are finished right now, we had a white ball in the semi-rough, another white ball in the thicker rough down the left, and three of the white golf balls on the fairway. There is two of the Cobra golf balls, the coloured golf balls, on the fairway, one that we hit in the trees left, and then two golf balls just down here. Like, maybe you can see that one poking out the rough there and over there. So that stayed in by the skin of its teeth, that. But you can see here, one, longest golf ball, two, three, another one up there that's just in the semi-rough. Now, we have a narrow winner, in my opinion, on the accuracy. We had three drives in the fairway with the Cleveland and two with the Cobra. But we've got to take into account, we actually lost one of the Cobra drivers up here on the left-hand side. So does that make the Cleveland the straightest, the most forgiving, the sort of best dispersion? I would definitely have to say yes is the answer to that. Okay, with all that being said, we got a 3-2 win over here and one lost golf ball. Let's have a look what the data said. So the ball speed, the actual carry numbers, the actual physical data, and okay, what the spin differences were, which my eyes, like, they were spinning far too much for me. I just don't get on sometimes with these style of drivers in these stock shafts.
And it's now time to have a look at this data. You've got the Cleveland and the Dark Speed after hitting plenty of shots with each. And I'll be honest, there is literally nothing between them. The only thing we can really pick out here on the data is that the Dark Speed spun a lot more than the Cleveland. But again, I want to reiterate this. This is something that, I guess, were just stock shafts in a head-to-head battle. Also, for my own sanity, we didn't normalize the data and it was into the wind. But looking at this, these drivers are neck and neck. I hope you enjoyed the video and don't forget to subscribe for the channel for more review content coming up.